pain and adversity, it causes some men and women to break. It causes others to break records. Come on, somebody. See, that's why you got to be a breakthroughpreneur, one who's so committed to providing a valuable product or service or system to people for profit with pleasure that you're willing to break through any barrier. So this is the pain barrier. And I used to always say, why me? This is so hard. And then I learned to say, what are you trying to teach me? Then I learned to ask the question, what can I learn from this? Then I learned to ask the question, what can I do to ensure this doesn't happen again? So one of the things I want you to know, and here's a Dr. Breakthrough, write her down. And now I'm going to break these boards. Then I'm going to go up and escalate to the breaks. So text people, tell them, don't miss this. So right now, I, again, was always afraid of pain. And then I learned this principle, and that is within your pain is hidden power. And the great people, the successful people, learn to leverage their pain and find the power that they can empower other people. So, again, I'm going to bring my head up like this, and I'm going to come down, bam, and I'm going to hit these boards on my head. Now, in the martial arts, we always yell. Somebody says, what do you guys yell for? It hurt. No, just joking. That yell is called a kia. It's a loud yellow groan used to bring out your inner strength. So I'm going to come up like this. I'm going to, right before I hit it, I'm going to yell. That's called a kia. And then I'm going to hit them. Bam. And they should break. If they don't break, I'll yell a second time. That will not be a kia. That will be Ali, call the ambulance. No, seriously, here we go. So I want you, my friend, to understand the symbolism. Because as I break through these boards, pain, I want you to commit, as painful as things may be, I want you to be committed as a breakthroughpreneur to break through any barrier, whether it be pain, any obstacle, to get to your success. So if you're ready in the chat, come on, breakthrough time. You got to type in, it's breakthrough time, and I'm going to come up and break this. So come on, it's breakthrough time. Come on, let me see it in the chat. It's breakthrough time. Come on now, in the chat. It's what time? Breakthrough times. Come on, somebody. So instead of being broken by pain, we're going to break through the pain. We're not going to run anymore. We're not going to be afraid anymore. We're going to break through the pain of rejection, the pain of your business not growing as fast as you'd like it to grow, the pain of maybe a broken relationship. My friend, it's time to break through. Now, do not try this at home. So we've been doing this for over 54 years. So we happen to be a 10th degree black belt. There's about 200 in the whole entire world. So do not go home and try this. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Let me show you something here. See if we can get up close with you. That says limiting beliefs. In the chat, type down limiting beliefs. Right in the middle of the word beliefs is a 3-letter word, L-I-E. So right in the middle word beliefs is a lie. And whenever there's lies you believe in, you live a very limiting lifestyle. When there's lies you believe in, you build a very limited business. When there's lies you believe in, you can't reach your full potential. Remember, I've committed myself to educate, empower, and elevate people to break through any barrier that would hinder their success. So again, my beautiful wife, my ABCD adorable brown caramel delight, we aspire and desire to inspire breakthroughs even after we've expired. But the first thing, you got to break through those limiting beliefs, those lies that are in your head. See, I used to think pain was bad. And as long as I thought pain was bad, I tried to run from it. And then when I realized within my pain is hidden power, I started learning to embrace and learn from. Now, I don't look for pain, but I learned the lessons of pain. See, it was the pain. And I'm going to be talking to you about this. And that is, every master was once a mess, or at best mediocre. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. Ooh, you ought to write that down and text somebody, because I'm about to break these bricks. Hurry up and get them online now. I said every master was at once a mess. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. See, right now, your business might be a mess. Your relationship might be a mess. Your spiritual life might be a mess. Your finances might be a mess. Your focus and mindset might be a mess. Or maybe it's mediocre. But I'm telling you that if every master was once a mess or mediocre, therefore every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. And when a mess or mediocre person becomes a master, you now have a message that if you market properly to the masses, you can make millions. Oh, let me say that again. I said every master was once a mess. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. Now, whenever a mess or mediocre person becomes a master, you now have a message that if you market to the masses, you can make millions. That's my story, and I want it to be your story. See, I'm just a nobody that God and I made into a somebody, and now I'm committed to telling and demonstrating to everybody that he could do the same, but not a whole lot more for anybody. So, my friend, I'm telling you on this Friday, TGIF, to me, it stands for thank God I'm favored, not just on Friday, but 24/7, just like you. And so, my friend, we're going to have to break through the limiting beliefs. Oh, well, I'm just a black man in a white man's world. No, that's a lie. Matter of fact, my friend, this is God's world. Matter of fact, I heard something years ago to help set me free. Fleecy locks and black complexion cannot forfeit nature's claim. Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. Rise so tall as to reach the pole, or to glance at the ocean at a span. I must be measured by my soul. The mind is the standard of a man. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, it's not the color of my skin, the texture of my hair, or where I grew up, but rather it's what I put in my head. As a matter of fact, my friend, what I found out is what you put in your head that affects your heart determines what comes to your hand. And if you want more coming to your hand, by the way, how many of you want more coming to your hand? Put me or put I do. Come on, talk to me now. I'm gonna break these bricks in a little while. You better be texting people, getting them on this line. But how many of you want, again, what you put in your head that affects your heart determines what comes to your hand. If you want more coming to your hand, who wants more coming to your hand? Say me or say I do. Come on, in the chat now. Don't slow me down. Come on, I want to go. You got to come with me. So if you want more coming to your hand, that means you got to put more in your head that affects your heart. That's why I've written powerful books. That's why we're doing this challenge, my friend. Every day you're hearing from powerful speakers that are empowering you, like Ali Madawi, right? Like Tanya Tanika, like Jimmy Azell. I'm saying, listen, my friend, every day we're giving you powerful principles. So again, what you put in your head that affects your heart determines what comes to your hand. And if you want more coming to your hand, you got to put more in your head that affects your heart. That's why we have this challenge. That's why we take time every single day, my friend, to empower and impact you. Now, the next thing says procrastination. Now, the largest nation of failures are those who procrastinate. Procrastination leads to devastation. Procrastination is the assassination of your destination. Thus, you must act now. Now, by the way, do you know why people procrastinate? Because we're good people. And good people, we don't want to make mistakes. And so listen, my friend, here's the deal. When it comes to business and in life, it's okay to make mistakes. As a matter of fact, that's how you learn. See, when you're a little child learning how to walk, and by the way, don't say to me, oh, this is too hard. I can't learn this stuff. What do you mean? It was I forget the name of the gentleman, but anyway, he said the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but rather those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So at 63 years wise, not old, 63 years wise, come on now, hanging out with Ali, I said, I got to learn some of these things, right? This smart contract, this all these different things online, right? I can learn it, right? The B&B and all, we can learn it. So watch this. But the reason we procrastinate is because we don't want to make mistakes. But see, when you were a child, by the way, you came to this world, you couldn't read, write, walk, or talk. You're a genius. You learned all of this by just watching other people and doing. If you learned to walk and talk and all the other, you are a learning expert. Stop belittling yourself. Stop saying what you can't do. Start opening up your mind and say, I'm just not good at it yet, but I'm getting better day by day. Ooh, that's good. So learn to say, I'm just not good at it yet, Y-E-T, but I'm getting better day by day. So again, I found myself in the early days procrastinating because I wanted to get it just right. And then I learned, watch this now, that a little child, when a little baby's learning to walk, when that baby falls down and gets back up and falls down, now if the parents grab the child every time they fall down and pick them up, the child's legs don't develop properly. Listen carefully. But when the parents allow that baby to fall and get back up, and fall and get back up, and fall and get back up, and fall and get back up. They say that the legs are strengthened the most when that baby is getting back up. Hence, for that baby to be successful in the walk and then run one day, it has to, quote unquote, fail by falling, quote unquote, failing and getting back up. Well, come on, somebody. See, again, failure is not the opposite of success. True failure, my friend, is a vital part of real and lasting success. Because the pain it takes to fail and get back up and to fail and get back up, the strength it takes is what causes you to be able to maintain. So again, most people procrastinate because we don't want to make mistakes. No, my friend. It's not being afraid of making mistakes. They tell me an airplane's off course 90% of the time, but the pilot is constantly making adjustments. So here's what I tell you, my friend. It's just like with writing that book. See, volume 1 may not be the best. Version 1 may not be the best, but version 1 is 10,000 times better than version none. So 20 years I procrastinated on writing a book, and finally when I wrote it, guess what? There was several errors, but guess what? That was version 1. But people got breakthroughs and blessed. And then even a guy was going to commit suicide after reading the book. He contacted me and said, man, I was going to commit suicide. Thank you. My life has been transformed. Now, what if I hadn't written the book and kept procrastinating? And then I did a version 2 and then a version 3. I'm saying, listen, version 1 may not be the best, but version 1 is 10,000 times better than version none. So write this down. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. And once you get it going, God can help you to get it right. So just like that pilot that's off course is constantly making adjustments in the airplane and he gets to his destination. So that's breakthrough procrastination. Others' negative opinions. See, other people's negative opinion is none of my business. Les Brown and I were speaking in the UK, and he said something very powerful. He said, other people's negative opinion of me is none of my business. When I heard that, I said, man, that's good. Matter of fact, did your mama teach me like my mama taught me, stay out of other people's businesses? So if other people have negative opinions about us, right, that's their business. I'm going to stay out of it. But watch this, my friend. So Les and he spoke, usually I speak first and then he speaks second, but this time he spoke first and I spoke second. And then afterwards we were talking, I said, Les, that was good when you talked about other people's negative opinion, but I got something better than that. He said, Doc, what you got? I said, instead of not allowing other people's negative opinion to become your reality, how about only allow God's opinion of you to become your reality? Wow. He said, oh, you got me on that one, Doc. See, God believes you're an overcomer. God believes you're more than a conqueror. He believes in you, my friend. The next thing, the past. The past does not dictate the future unless you allow it. Some of you keep allowing what happened in the past and you keep focusing on it so much that now, my friend, you're recreating it in the present. See, in the past, this thing happened and the company went down or the company this or this happened. In the past, this didn't, no. Let the past be the past. The past does not dictate the future unless you allow it. And as a matter of fact, you can allow the past, listen, my friend, to be a stepping stone for you to grow. As a matter of fact, sometimes God allows us to hit rock bottom so we get to learn that he's the rock at the bottom that we can rebuild on. And then lastly, doubt. Doubt. Let me say this. Please write this down. Stop plucking up in bad doubt what you planted in good faith. Oh, hold on a second. That's good, Dr. Breakthrough. Say that again. All right, my man, I appreciate that. Matter of fact, I like you, man. I'm taking you with me everywhere I go. I said this. I said, stop plucking up in bad doubt what you planted in good faith. You started the business in good faith. Don't pluck it up in bad doubt. Pluck up the weeds of doubt, but don't pluck it up, again, what you planted in good faith. And so these are some barriers that are trying to hinder you. But I'm Dr. Breakthrough. And I always say I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow my breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. And a breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. So I'm going to break these bricks. I hope you're texting people now. I'm going to break these bricks with my hand. But if I am going to break these with my hand, I promise you, I'm going to break them. I need a promise from you. If I promise you I'm going to break them, can you give me a promise? And I need your promise to be, if I break these physically, I want you to break through them psychologically. Can I get a promise? In the chat, talk to me now. Who says, Dr. Breakthrough, if you're committed to breaking through those bricks, I'm committing, when you break through them physically, I'm committing to psychologically to break through the limiting beliefs. Well, you're too young. The limiting beliefs, well, you're in the wrong country. The limiting beliefs, you can't do it. Everything worthwhile that was done by somebody who was told it was impossible to do, but they did it anyway. Come on in the chat, who promises? If I promise to break these bricks physically, do you promise psychologically to break through these in your mind? To break through the procrastination, to break through others' negative opinion. Come on and say, I promise. Come on now. To break through the past. Some of y'all, all you do is keep talking about the past. Brother, sister, don't talk about the past. Focus on what you want to produce in the future, and it's going to give you a new present. Break through the doubt. Okay, who's ready? Come on now. Do you commit? Do you commit? All right, here we go. It's about to get, like the young folks say, it's about to get lit up in here. See, when I was a 6-year-old boy, I got tarred and feathered, jumped by a teenage. I was a 6-year-old boy. They beat me up, stomped all over me, threw me out in the middle of the field, tarred and feathered me, left me for dead. I've been through physical abuse and verbal abuse and sexual abuse, obviously racial abuse and financial abuse, every kind of abuse you can imagine. But I allowed the pain. I found inside my pain a hidden power. And when I got started in martial arts, I just wanted to learn self-defense. I didn't know they were going to teach me how to break stuff. That's an extra benefit. But now, as an object lesson, I'm breaking this. And you are going to break through in your mind. Oh, I didn't say it's easy, but guess what? All these years of practice, all these years, and what I do is in my mind at first, I see me breaking the bricks, and then I break them. See, I never break bricks until first I've already broken them in my mind. And so what you got to learn to do is see your life successful in your mind. That's true meditation, seeing something happen before it does. So here we go. Come on, start typing. It's breakthrough time. Come on, talk to me. It's breakthrough time. Come on, it's breakthrough time. Come on, come on. In the chat, talk to me now. It's breakthrough time. It's breakthrough time. Come on now. Come on, it's breakthrough time. Come on, please. Come on, what time is it? It's breakthrough time. Here we go, ready? Hands up. Come on, my friend. I'm telling you, 63 and still breaking through. I don't care what barrier tries to keep you back. You can break through, my friend. I'm saying this. It may not be easy, but with enough practice, you can learn to break through. See, when you get a mentor, see, your breakthrough comes faster when one of your mentors is a minister in 10th degree, black belt grandmaster. And when you get done with this 30-day challenge, and when you apply, you're going to be able to break through stuff you never thought you can break through before. Come on now, in the chat, talk to me. Is this good or extra good? Now we're going to do something crazy. I wasn't planning on this all the way. Come on, in the chat. Who wants to see me do something extra crazy? Say me. Come on. In the chat. Who wants to see me do something crazy? Ali, if you're there, I want you to come out for a minute.
Right
Ali,
here, boss.
if you're there.
I'm here with you.
Here you go, Ali. I'm going to break this big brick. You ever seen me do this?
I've seen you do a lot of things, so I'm waiting to see the next.
But not that one. Because it's got it reinforced. So literally, somebody would say it's impossible. Now, usually what I would do is have my wife come do this. And people are like, there's no way. But there is a way. It's called leverage. Watch this. It's a sledgehammer.
Mm.
It says velocity.
Mm.
Let me show you something. Dr. Breakthrough, the Chief Breakthrough Coach, wants to empower you to become a CLO. That stands for Chief Leveraging Officer. Archimedes said if I had a lever long enough and a prop strong enough, I could single-handedly move the world. So this is you with something impossible facing you. This sledgehammer is Velocity Global. That's called leverage. The 30-day challenge, what we're teaching, that's leverage. And when you have leverage, you can now do what you couldn't do, which was impossible before. Are you ready? Come on, somebody. That looked easy, didn't it? Well, of course it is. And my question to you is, how many of you could break that brick if you had a 20-pound sledgehammer? Come on. In the chat, say me. How many of you could break that brick with this 20-pound sledgehammer? Come on, say me. Could you do it? Of course you could. Matter of fact, your child could do it. Now, maybe not with the hand, but with leverage. And that's what Velocity Global is all about. You can leverage the tools. You can leverage the 7-day vacation. By the way, I told y'all, anybody from my Facebook post, anybody from the YouTube, I said, if you bring a friend, you and your friend get a 7-day complimentary trip. So text me your name and email address. Dr. Stan Harris, text me at 717-275-3508. So if you saw me on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever else, and I promised if you come and bring a friend, I'll give you and your friend a 7-day complimentary vacation, compliments of the Breakthrough Marketing System and our partner, Velocity Global. So text me at 717-275-3508 or inbox me on Facebook, and then we'll do that. Or you can email me at drstan@drbreakthrough.com, drstan at drbreak, B-R-E-A-K, T-H-R-O-U-G-H, drbreakthrough.com. So I'm coming to a close, and here's my message. Every master was once a mess, or at best mediocre. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. How do you go from being a mess like I was years ago to becoming a master? Well, first, it takes mentorship. Mentorships. See, somebody said, mistakes are my best teachers. I'm like, no, my mentors' mistakes are my best teachers. Come on, somebody. Would you agree with that, Ali? I mean, hey, some mistakes are too costly. I don't want to make those mistakes myself. As a matter of fact, write this down. Everybody makes a million. Some people make a million mistakes because they don't have mentors. Some make a million excuses, but others make $1 million. Why not make the million that really matters? Come on, somebody. Come on now. In the chat, talk to me now. Who's ready to make the million that really matters? Who's ready to stop making those millions that don't matter, right? Who's ready? In the chat, say me. Come on now. In the chat, say I'm ready. Come on, in the chat, talk to me now. So if you're going to go from being a mess to a master, you got to have mentors, my friend. And again, mentors are the fastest, easiest, most reliable way of mastering any skill. You show me somebody who's successful, I'll show you somebody who's had many mentors. You think I got good in the martial arts? You think I became the grand champion at Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? You think I got voted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame without having a mentor? You think I got voted into the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame without having speaking mentors? You think I built teams to 1.5 million without having mentors? Again, my friend, mentors is the fastest, easiest, most reliable way of mastering a skill. Socrates mentored Plato, and Plato mentored Aristotle. It was Aristotle who mentored Alexander the Great. It was Andrew Carnegie who mentored Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. And then Napoleon Hill mentored W. Clement Stone. It was W. Clement Stone that then mentored Jack Canfield, who co-authored the billion-dollar book series Chicken Soup for the Soul. And by the way, we've shared the platform with him as well. It was Benjamin Graham who mentored Warren Buffett. And of course, Warren Buffett has mentored millions. And he's the one that said, unless you learn to make money in your sleep, you will work until you die. Through this system, you got a way of learning how to make money in your sleep. Listen, if you're going to go from being a mess or mediocre to a master, it's going to take mentorship. Like Dr. Benjamin Mays mentored a young teenage boy who became known as Dr. Martin Luther King. And of course, now even in his death, he's still mentoring and inspiring millions. It was William E. Bailey who mentored Les Brown in the early days. And of course, Les Brown has mentored millions. And at one time, he spoke to over 80,000 people in the Atlanta, Georgia Dome. Mr. William E. Bailey also mentored Jim Rohn in the early days. And of course, William Schultz mentored Jim Rohn as well. But then Jim Rohn turned around and mentored this young guy. You probably heard of him. His name is Tony Robbins. And of course, Tony Robbins now has mentored tens of millions. It was Moses who mentored Joshua in the Bible. And then Joshua continued to mentor those 3 million Israelites. It was Elijah that mentored Elisha. It was Elisha who mentored that widow woman in 2 Kings chapter 4, who lost her husband and was about to lose her children to the debtor. And by the time Elisha mentored her, she started her own home-based business, paid off all her debts, and then her and her children lived the rest of their life off of the prophets. I'm telling you, every master, my friend, was once a mess. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. And when a mess or mediocre person becomes a master, you have a message that if you market properly to the masses, you can make millions. And it starts, number one, like I said, with mentorship. It was Ananias who mentored Saul, who then became Paul. And then Paul mentored a guy named young Timothy. And then Jesus mentored the disciples. And I love this because then Jesus said, the works that I do, so you do also, and greater works than these, meaning that the mentee not just has the potential of doing what the mentor has done. Get this now. The mentee has the potential of doubling what the mentor has done. So I need everybody on here right now. Everybody on here right now. Again, remember, every master was once a mess, or at best, mediocre. See, you see Ali Madawi now as a master. You should have seen him back in the day when he was a mess, homeless in the streets of Morocco. You see Jimmy Azell now as a master. You should have seen him years ago as a mess. As a matter of fact, my friend, everybody you respect and look up to was at some point a mess. And if you don't believe me, they came out as a baby messing all over themselves. Come on, somebody. I'm telling you, there's hope for you. Stop being down on yourself. Start getting busy and understanding. I got to get me some mentors. And not just get them, follow and implement what they say. So if you're going to go from being a mess to a master, you're going to go from being mediocre to a master. It takes mentorship. But here's what I want you to understand. I teach people this all the time. If you believe like I believe, and if you do like I do, what happens for me can happen for you. But because I'm not the standard, it can happen even better for you. That's my desire. That's my prayer. That's why I write books. That's why I do challenges like this. That's why I do courses. That's why I coach. I'm saying, listen, we believe in you. And if you don't even believe in yourself, you can use my belief, Ali's belief, Jimmy's belief, like training wheels. The person who got you involved in this, you can use their belief in you like training wheels until your own belief kicks in. Oh man, that's good right there. In the chat, talk to me. Is that good, extra good, or super good? Come on, talk to me now. We're talking to some breakthroughpreneurs. Number one, it takes mentorship. Number two, it takes a mental shift. Number one, it takes mentorship. But number two, it takes a mental shift. You see, my friend, you got to learn to shift and start thinking instead of having a mental shift of thinking on the bad things and all the things that were done wrong to you. You got to start focusing on all the things that you're going to make right, all the things you're breaking to. That's why it's not just mentorship, it's a mental shift. And we talk about the mind so much. Scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Scripture says, by the way, death and life, Proverbs 18:21, are in the power of the tongue. So guess what? It's not just mentorship, but the mentor is going to help you to have a mental shift and shift away from what you think you don't have and focus on what you do have that you can leverage, be a CLO, Chief Leveraging Officer, and how you can leverage and use what you have to get what you want. That's why I keep going through that breakthrough daily attitude adjuster. And so let me see if I can do this. I got to get ready to close here, Ali. But I got to go through this though. I got to, because I do this every day myself. But now let's do it together. Wow, what a great day to be alive. We feel dynamite. Remember when you turn the I into we, it turns illness into wellness. So we feel dynamite. We like us. We accept us. We love us. We're going to have a super fantastic day today because we're too blessed to be depressed. We're too blessed to be stressed, too glad to be sad, too anointed to be disappointed, too elated to be agitated, too grounded to be confounded, too saved not to be getting paid, and too legit to quit. Circumstances are aligning themselves in our favor. We are healthy, physically fit, and intellectually equipped. We have wisdom far beyond our years. We are extraordinary people with incredible abilities, which we will use to add value to other people's lives. Knowing that as we empower others to reach their dreams, we will automatically reach our own. We anticipate meeting the person or group of people today who are willing to use their power, wealth, and influence to empower us to achieve our dreams. All day long, people will go out of their way to bless us. Today, we will add great value to someone's life. We will show compassion to those in need. We will give strength to the weak and inspiration to the weary. Someone needs what we have to offer, and we gladly make ourselves available. We embrace abundance. Come on, hug yourself now. We embrace abundance, and it embraces us. We are abundant in every good way. We are an abundance magnet. We like money. It likes us. It's attracted to us, and it comes abundantly from many sources. We circulate God's money wisely because it's a tool to empower those in need. It's also a way of keeping score, showing how many lives we added value to. We may have been broke, busted, and disgusted, but now we declare that we are rich, growing, and overflowing. Our businesses are booming and checks are zooming. We are experiencing great victories, supernatural turnarounds, and miraculous breakthroughs in the midst of great impossibilities. We are an overcomer. If our mountain can't be removed, we will develop and practice our mountain climbing skills. We may experience a setback, but setbacks are only setups for comebacks. And setbacks actually pave the way for comebacks. We will make lemonade out of life's lemons. And if life dares to knock us down, we'll fall on our back, realizing as long as we can look up, we can get up. Come on now. We commit to paying for our dreams with preparation and perspiration so that we won't have to live with our nightmares of regret. We do not procrastinate because procrastination leads to devastation. It's the assassination of our destination. Thus, we will act now. We're doers. We get results that last. We now release the champion that's on the inside of us. We are the leaders that multitudes of people are looking for. We choose to succeed today and every day hereafter. Watch out, world. Here we come. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make today so awesome. Yesterday gets jealous, and tomorrow's going to look forward with great anticipation. Come on now. So listen, as I close, I want everybody in the chat. Listen, I want everybody in the chat. I want you to say in the chat, I'm not a mess or mediocre person, but rather I'm a master in the making. Oh, come on. Come on. Put that in the chat. I'm not a mess or mediocre person, but rather I'm a master in the making. Come on now, that's the difference. In the chat. Come on, Ali, help me out now. Help me out. Are they putting this down? Because this is my close. This is my close and my call to action. Put this in. I am no longer a mess. I'm not a mess or mediocre person. I'm a master in the making. See, when I started over 50 years ago in the martial arts, tripped over my own feet. They called me Mr. Baboon, made fun of me. I was a mess to them. But me, I was a grandmaster in the making. 10th degree, baby. Can't get any higher than that. But when I started, I looked like a mess. I worked out like a mess, but I had a mind. I'm going to be a master. So come on, in the chat. I'm not a mess or a mediocre person. I'm a master in the making. So make sure you get you mentorship, a mental shift, and then implement methods. And listen, here we have methods that if you implement them, they will change your life. My name is Dr. Sam Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough. I can't provide a breakthrough. I just prescribe it. But when you follow my prescription, God provides it. It's breakthrough time. You're not a mess. You're not mediocre. You are a master in the making.